I really love the school. It's an amazing place to be. We were the first school to be built in the UK after the Second World War. My name's Paul Harrington. I'm the Deputy Head at Carden Nursery and Primary School. I've been here for 16 years. We are noticing that a lot of children exhibit traits of neurodivergence. We are making sure that we are including them in the curriculum and managing their needs, their challenges, and celebrating their talents.
We are asking designers to help us redesign a therapy room for Carden Primary School, utilizing the principles of neurodiversity and fully utilizing the possibilities and capabilities that our flow solutions can offer to help coming out with an inclusive design for the school.
So I think what's really important for future designers and architects is to actually know what neurodivergence is, to actually learn about the different types of neurodivergence, so ADHD, DLD, autism, dyspraxia, dyslexia. Any architect of the future would need to collaborate and communicate, really importantly, with whoever they are working with to understand the need of that community so that it can reflect in the design that they're actually producing.
Obviously, the exercise is about supporting the school with the great work that they are doing, but also we want to see neurodiversity incorporated into their default approach from designers. Neurodiversity, if you design for the neurodiverse, you're already contributing to the overall. These students will join the workforce in the future, but that workforce that we are designing environments for is already neurodiverse. So we encourage designers that they start thinking along those lines and bring neurodiversity into their everyday job.
We have sensory rooms, we have sensory corners, and they're all spaces where children can regulate and spend time if they feel that they are becoming overwhelmed. There are sensory activities such as a calm tent or a ball pit, or things that they can stretch, throw, bounce, all things to regulate the body when they need to. So those spaces in the school are really essential to help to integrate and to include neurodivergent children and make them feel part of the community and feel success.
We are hoping that there will be a long-standing improvement in the quality of the teaching environment and the life of students and teachers. We as modulyss, we see ourselves as a humble facilitator to the overall work that the Carden School is already doing with the neurodiverse students.
So having a special room or rooms that cater for the needs of neurodiverse people, children, is really important for their own specific needs, but for other children who identify as neurotypical, it's really good for them to understand the needs of their friends and their peers. So they've got that element of support that they can provide, because that peer support and friendship support is crucial in helping neurodivergent people feel part of the community and feel included.
The mere characteristics of carpet tiles and our products allow for the exploitation of comfort in terms of well-being, for temperature, and our cushioning flooring and sound absorption.
So we've worked really hard over the last year to make our regular classrooms neurodivergent friendly. We found that bright yellows and reds and oranges are not very conducive to a calm environment. So we've gone down the route of pale browns, greys, and pastel colours, which are more calming. We've also tried to make sure that corridors are litter-free and quite Spartan, and we've also tried to make sure that there are areas within the classroom that act as mini sensory spaces, an area of the classroom that has resources that can be used for children to access if they can't get to the sensory room.
Well, we identify that the environments where we live in, where we work, where we learn, where we study, they are environments that have a real impact in our well-being, in the way we feel and how we interact to others, or even in our productivity. So we are looking for the principles of neurodiversity to be included in the design. It is not just about designing something that is aesthetically pleasing, but it's also designing something that can be inclusive for the overall population, which includes neurodiverse people.
We've also included things outside like an outdoor gym to help children regulate, a giant sand pit on the field. The library at lunchtime is used and supervised for children that want a quiet space. They can play games like chess. So there's a whole variety of zones within the school that are really important for all children to access, but primarily with the idea of helping to support neurodivergent children.
Our products, they are very good for sound absorption, they are very good for thermal protection, so they are good products that can already help students with different sensitivities to light, sound, etc. We want to see a little bit beyond that. We want the designers to utilize our selection of different patterns, textures and colors to break out the different areas and generate transitions in a soft way that can generate an inclusive environment for all the students in the classroom.
Classrooms are busy places and they need to be organised, and they need to have zones so that the children are aware where the apparatus are, where their equipment is. And I think in a sensory room particularly, it needs to be very clear where the different activities are. So colours are really useful, the type of apparatus could match the colour. Children need to know that that is the place that they go.
When we talk to the team in the school, they are very keen on seeing areas that allows for zoning and transition between the different areas. So we are looking for flexible elements that can be adapted, furniture, lighting, wayfinding areas, playing with colors, textures. Basically trying to make a more inclusive environment, but allowing for the specific needs of each of the different groups involved in the school.
I think one of the things we would like to see for the future is adapting more of our empty spaces, our shared areas that don't have particular sensory equipment in there. That would be a really good thing to do. And to also just to encourage the children to keep going with their journey, to recognise their neurodivergence is really special, and they should feel empowered by it, and that it makes them unique and it is part of who they are.